area.
Okay, folks, it's a pleasure to be with you for another TBC Live broadcast. It is always great to have our people here. Okay, and folks, I want to extend my apologies for not being able to host the broadcast meeting today. I asked I call him my co-host, Mr. M. Derek, to take over for me today because I was busy today. I was out. I had to run a few errands that I had to take care of. Part of it for my mother, believe it or not. Okay. Okay. So, 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 um, folks, I am here now, and I just want to say that it's always great to be here representing the TBC. Okay. Okay, I know that a lot of you participated and along with NBA in the broadcast meeting, as well as you also participated in the send button meetings right after that. Okay, I have not seen a send button meeting, haven't done any of that today, but I have to do that do that. Okay. All right, now let's go here. I'm trying to see who's in my chat area here. I want to thank you, Merlene, sweetheart, for always being here. I know you're here. I don't know if you got in the chat area yet, but you're usually there. Let me check. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there you are, sweetheart. I see you. Okay, I see you. All right, folks. And everyone that's here from Christine Tangway and everyone here, Jocelyn and Mr. Sharif Khan, Shohag, all of the people that's here from the locations where you're located, whether the Philippines, Bangladesh, here in the United States, Canada. Thank you so much for being here because I have a very good topic I want to talk about. It is so great that I'm going to change the format of what I normally do in my broadcast today. For the first time I've ever done this. And I'm going to go right into it. Okay? And basically the title is Confronting Your Fears. Confronting Your Fears. Okay? Now, folks, I can talk on this subject pretty much because just to share you a little something about myself, when I was little, when I was not real little, but I'll say little, and up to about 12, 13 years old, I was very shy. Yes, me. Yes, me. Very, very shy. And before I go on, let me just point out our two little ones too, Caitlin and Caitlin. Thank you so much if you're watching along with other family members. Okay. I was very, very shy. I couldn't tell people what I thought. I was afraid to ask for things I needed or wanted. And you know what happened? You know how I was feeling? I never got the things I really wanted. I got the things I needed because my parents always supplied for me. But it was just that I couldn't get over that hump, couldn't get over that edge of overcoming my fears. And I'm sure a lot of you out there can relate to what I'm saying. Some of you may be fearful of things right now in your life. Maybe telling a person how you feel about them. Maybe completing a task. Maybe you had a project you had to fill out. Maybe something you need to do with your credit. Maybe it could be many of things, you see? But often we have these fears that come up in our lives that really is like a thorn in our side. Like we just can't get over the hump, just can't get over the edge. And we're here, but we should be here, right? But often what happens is we just we are not confronting the fears that we have within our mind, within ourselves. Okay? And we often experience the same thing here in the Billion Coin, a lot of us. A lot of the fear comes from people that have not become broadcasters. We should have thousands and thousands and thousands of broadcasters right now, but we don't. Okay? People are afraid to even show their face over their own. They're looking at themselves in the computer. Yes, other people can see it when you launch it. Okay? Yes, it may be on the TBC blog so thousands of people around could see it. Folks, if I was so shy to do a broadcast, do you think I'd be right now at 465 broadcasts? No way I could. If I was shy and or couldn't confront the fear of people seeing me, do you think I'd be on the blog nearly every day? No, it wouldn't happen. So I quickly got over the fear when I first started doing broadcasts. It was a little uneasy, just a little for me, but I had some. I kind of got over that type of fear when I was doing my probation work when I was a probation officer before I retired. Because can you imagine me being able to straighten out a criminal and their mindset, but yet I'm feared to talk to that person? I had to get over that. I had to get the training. But before that, I was a mental health therapist. So I dealt with people in their minds anyway, because I have a degree in psychology, bachelor's degree in psychology. So what I did over time, as I grew older and older and grew up, I quickly got over a lot of my fears. When I was in my business, a business I was involved in for like 9, 10 years ago, and I was trained by some great people. Some of them were multimillionaires. And I had all this training. So when I found out about TBC, and when they launched this broadcast, I said, you know one thing, that's broadcasting, doing broadcast can't be that hard. It just can't be. Not for me. That's what I was saying. See, I was already coaching my mind to complete the task. You see? Now, wonder, how can you get to where I am right now? And I'm not bragging or boasting. I'm just making a point to you. I had to overcome that fear. Okay? Long time ago, I had to overcome that fear of telling people what I know. Not even what I thought, but what I know. See, it's like that fear and self-confidence is I have an adverse feeling, have an adverse relationship within your mind, fear and your self-conscious. Because what happens is, if you, for example, if you can't tell a person how you feel about them, do you know how bad that feels inside? Do you know how hard that feels inside? Okay? You know, you will not feel very good because your self-confidence is all down is down low. So if you can't out talk to people the things you know and the things you feel, do you think for one moment that you can have any success in this thing called the billion coin? You just won't, folks. If you have the fear of talking to people, if you have fear to whether it's on a one-on-one, whether it's in some type of messenger source, if you need to talk to them, explain to them about a opportunity you have, you know, like the billion coin, whatever it is, if you have that fear that's getting your way of getting across the information that person that you want to display to that person, it can be very, very tough. You may be stumbling over your words. Things may just not be right with you. And so after you finish with the person, you're just feeling so terrible. And be saying to yourself, how did I mess that up? See, the truth of the matter is some of us here in the billion coin have a lot of fear and don't want to face it. So this subject matter of confronting your fears stemmed way before TBC. You see? You know, you remember Michael Jordan, folks? Everybody knew Michael Jordan around the world. He was an incredible basketball player. Guess what thing he always quoted? I did some research. He said fear fears are just an illusion. He said fear is just an illusion. Okay? That's what he said. Okay? So, folks, you got to understand where all that comes from is that insecurity that you feel within yourself. There are some people in TBC have never even tried to actually bring somebody into this organization. And for whatever reason, I'm not picking on anybody here, but I'm talking about, or when I think about something else, I think about, give you an example. Now, we have 3.4 or 3.3, 3.4 million TBCs, right? Well, a long time we found out, and this is before the Bitcoin contest and all that came out, that only about 40,000 or so people paid their $10 yearly fee, which is what, 4 grains of gold. What was 4 grains of gold some time ago? Okay? And some people would say, well, I didn't have the $10. Folks, you can practically sell almost anything for that amount. It's called getting creative. Being creative in your mind to be able to sell something of worth that you may or may not have. Something you may have to make that becomes something of worth that someone else can use. See, folks, you have to create things. It's all here. It's all a mindset thing. It's just like what did he say? Michael Jordan say it's just an illusion. So, what do you think about that, folks? What do you think about that? Let me read here. Oh, Merlin was thinking about for being in this, supporting me, her husband. But I'm telling you something. What do you think about that? Why do you think people are so afraid of sharing this opportunity with some people? See, I can say I have people like Christine Tangway. I know people here in this chat that have, but what do you think is keeping people from even being a broadcaster? Why is it so hard for them to overcome that fear? Now, one thing that I've noticed? 2 countries I noticed. 2 leaders and 2 countries that I've noticed that are helping people in their country become broadcasters. That's in the Bangladesh community. They got several leaders there. That's right here in the happen to be here in the chat area. And thank you so much. No need for being here. Noli's here too, folks. I am saying to you right now, Noli is one that is a great leader. He has had several, almost on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. He's got new people coming on doing broadcasts. Excellent jobs. They may be doing a first, second, or third broadcast, but he's having people step out of their comfort zone to do their broadcast. So the Philippines and Bangladesh are 2 areas that I have noticed that have getting people and new people doing broadcasts. Now, I'm not saying that other areas are not doing it too. I know that parts of Cameron. I know Mr. Mbe Derek is doing a great job training his people. Okay? See, I don't know all who the broadcasters are. All I know is that they are doing broadcasts. And I have people, my phone tells me when I get a new subscriber. When I find out who that subscriber is, I find out they're a broadcaster. They may have just started, but they're a broadcaster. I had some guy from Africa, they tried to reach out to me. He reached out to me this morning, want to know what the broadcast, what the Zoom broadcast link was today. And I explained to him I would not be able to host today, but MB Derek was. And the minute I saw in my phone of the Zoom link, I forwarded him. I told him to reach out to MB, and then once I got it from my broadcast chat area, I sent it right to him. Cause see, I get new people all of a sudden. I don't know why they wait till the day I do broadcast to reach out to me about the Zoom link. Because I point out to everybody, do not ask for the Zoom link if you're not a broadcaster. You're not welcome. You cannot come. You just can't. See, admin is looking at us broadcasters as the ones that he wants to coach. You see? Now, I'm not talking about this per se in here in this thing. I'm just saying to you all, it's about confronting your fears. I didn't even go to the blog today. I'm gonna go to the blog. I'm doing it in reverse today. What I want to point out to you all that I want you all to start confronting your fears here in TBC. You know, speaking of myself, having one-on-one training with admin or MB or whatever, that's not a fear that I have. I don't fear people. I got over that years ago, folks. Years ago. You understand? How could I, being what I did for over 20 some years? I was dealing with people who murdered people, drug dealers, some of the most ruthless people here in the United States. I was dealing with, and it was not always easy getting a criminal to convert to being a straight person that weren't doing crime. And I've helped many people, hundreds and hundreds of people, switch their mindset. See, people want the easy way out, to steal, to cheat, to do all the things that they shouldn't do that can get them in trouble or possibly even killed. But here in the Billion Coin, folks, we are building a community of like minds, of quality individuals who believe in the big mission that we have of eradicating poverty. Well, guess what? We also got to eradicate along the way. We got to eradicate fear. We got to get rid of the fear within us. And that fear may be different things to you. The fear may be different things. I'm just reading here. Mr. Edmund. Let me see what he's saying here. I have consistently maintained and wish to reaffirm right now that TV is not just going to turn heads, but it will adversely turn the necks of global players in the crypto system soon enough. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I would agree to that to some. Yeah, I like what you're saying here. See, now you're not going to convince everybody, okay? But I'm not talking about the convincing of people today. I'm talking about get over your fear. And I'll go one step further to say that nearly every person in this chat room either had a fear at some point in their life that they're over with, or they are dealing with it right now. Because you know the thing that I discovered about people, folks? They're not always honest with themselves. You know that? They're not always honest with themselves. And if we don't really exercise and deal with the fear within us, because it's like a blockage. It gets in your way of doing with things you're trying to achieve. You see? It really gets in your way. You should be here. You should be here. You're here, but you should be here. Like a long time ago, right? You can be engaging in conversation with someone, with two other people, and they talk about something that's just boom, talk about that fear within you. It's just right there. And all of a sudden you're saying, hey guys, man, I gotta see y'all later. When in essence, they just talked about something that it just talked about your fear. It just came up in conversation because it can happen that way. You know, you may be around two people that's talking about someone that they don't like, but you know you don't engage in gossip. And what I normally do, I just excuse myself. I got somewhere to go. I got to run. I got to go to the store, whatever. I say anything just to get away from them because I don't like to participate in gossip. Now, I'm guilty for that. I'll do that. I back out of gossip in a minute if I think it's just gossip. Because think about what I just said. Two people talking about someone else. Could it be, think about this one. Could it be that those two people have a fear of really confronting that person? If they got a problem with that person, they can't talk to them on a one-on-one. Not together confronting that one person, but maybe one-on-one talking to that person. You see what I'm getting at, folks? If you talk to people that every day, you can almost pinpoint the fear in them. And it's no different here in the Billion Coin. It's this, folks, I'm telling you, we should have thousands and thousands and thousands of broadcasters. Because think about this for a moment. Think about this for a moment. If we have thousands and thousands and thousands and maybe a million broadcasters, do you believe that maybe someone would hear us even more about the Billion Coin? This private community that we are? Okay? Because we're not public, as you know, we're not public like the market-based coins, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and thereof. To my recollection, there's only one abundance-based cryptocurrency, and that's the Billion Coin, refers TBC. Every TBC should be not fearing knowing what it is. Every TBC should fear of knowing what TBC is not. Every TBC should not have the fear of knowing what their role should be. You see? Not just say it, but know it. Your first role in TBC, everyone knows what that should be. It should be what? A distributor. Because what phase are we in? We are in a distribution phase. We are not. And stop behaving like you are, as we are in an economic phase, people. We are not. Stop the madness. People complain because they fear of dealing with TBC and treating it like what it really is. The only exchange we have is an exchange fiat currency for our coin on an even peer-to-peer exchange between two people. Not saying we got a TBC exchanger like on Facebook. See, when people are trying to get your coin out of your wallet, do you know having these scams? Do you realize what they're really telling us? They fear the Billion Coin for what it really is. They fear the Billion Coin for what it really is. I hope people, y'all getting what I'm saying here today. If you know within yourself that you have a fear that's been plaguing you for years, maybe decades, and it just keep getting in your way of things you're trying to achieve in your life, do you think you ever reach that goal you're trying to reach? Do you think your journey here in the Billion Coin is going to be a smooth one? Do you think you'll reach the goal? Do you think you'll be one of us at the end of that road of a billion members that can supply 5 to 10 jobs for the unemployed working class? Do you think you're going to be one of those people? See, these are things you have to ask yourself. TBC admin has put all the materials right in place for us to be successful. But it's a choice you have to make. It's a choice we all have to make. I'm no different, folks. Everyone here have to make a choice. When I think about people like my lovely wife, Merlene, it was her idea to feed the hungry of her country, her native country, the Philippines. It was her idea to get financial help from some of the doctors of her hospital, and therefore to reach out to people. We all support her in that cause. So, folks, was she fearful of helping people that's in poverty, that's hungry, and have medical needs, and don't even have good clothes on their back? No, not fearful at all. It's not too many things that my loved one here that's watching me right now is fearful of, folks. And that's why she has achieved the things she has achieved in her life. She took it head on. She took it head on. One of the #1 administrators of her hospital. She didn't get there by, and I'm sure she was scared at some point in her life regarding that. She didn't have a whole lot when she was living in her country when she was a little girl. She worked her way up to it. And just like she did it, everyone here, TBCNs in this chat area and there that's listening to this today, you can overcome those fears at any point in your life, but you gotta believe that it's never gonna go away until you confront it. Well, let's talk about how to confront it. First of all, you need to be thinking about your goal. You got to be able to see that goal to the point where you know that you can just achieve what you're trying to achieve, that you can accomplish the things you want to do. Your self-confidence, and you know what's going to happen when you get over those fears, then all of a sudden your self-confidence is going to go sky high. And when you start doing that more and more and more, you're going to see those fears just diminished. You're going to see it just diminish. They're going to go away. Okay? You know, Mr. Edmund, I like what you're saying here. Said fear only cages you. Right, right. Exactly right. Fear only cages you. Very good point. I love this. From being your best. Exactly. You never reach, how are you going to ever reach success if you're always afraid of things, or afraid of people, or afraid of doing the things to get you where you're trying to get to? Fear is not an asset. Courage and boldness, which comes from enlightenment, is the true hallmark of a truly liberate soul. I thank God for this opportunity. Wow, Mr. Edmund, you know one thing, folks? I didn't get to put my link here, my link today, in the chat. For anybody would like to come on and talk about this, and I may not be able to do that today, okay, because I don't have a lot of time, and I've been talking about this thing for wow, over my time already. But I'm going to go do what I normally do. I'll come back to this in just a minute, but I'm going right now. I'm going to do a screen share and go to our blog because I want to recognize some people who did some great things. Okay. And first, you're not going to see the blog initially here. You can just see my YouTube page. Okay. And let's go to our blog. Okay. The first blog post was about our send button meeting. And I want to recognize the people who actually were the top three. Mr. Ace Fletcher won it. Mr. M. Derrick was second. Familiar faces, right? And we have a new third place winner, Mr. Ann T. Carroll. Female. Great to see females in the top three for the first time. Excellent, with 22. Okay? All right, it said here, I just read this section here. It said, this is an amazing week with two of our winners achieving triple-digit numbers again in the paid sign-ups. Congratulations to Ace Fletcher from the Philippines for winning this week's Bitcoin contest. This is his eighth time winning first place, and an impressive 322 paid signups this last week. He would have received 200 grains of Bitcoin right now doing the live Bitcoin in English, and that he's already received it. Excuse me. Congratulations to M. Derrick from Cameron with 260 paid signups last week. He received 100 grains of Bitcoin right now, okay, doing this live broadcast, which he did. And third place, Auntie Carol from India with 22 paid signups last week. And she will receive 50 grains of Bitcoin with her paid signups, okay, for third place. All right. Okay, I want to read the rest of it. I just want to read that part there. Okay, let's keep going. See, do you think these people have fear getting people involved in TBC? I don't believe they do. I believe they're doing really well. Okay. All right. So we had 2,421 members members in it. Okay. All right. We also had 840 merchants. Wow. I know Ace Fletcher has a lot to do with that because he gets a lot of merchants involved. Okay. All right. All right, folks. One TBC coin is worth $9.5 million per coin. Actually, it's $9,534,553.45. That's what one TBC coin is worth. That's a massive amount of money, isn't it? But keep in mind, our coin itself has not reached its ultimate price. When does that happen? Do anyone know that? We get there when we're at 1 billion members, almost there. Okay. These are things you're supposed to know in the Billion Coin, folks. Don't get it twisted. Don't let other people tell you other things. You got to know these things. Okay. It's just talking about migrating. My God, if nobody had migrated by now, something is wrong. Okay. And the seats was expected to sell out one day or two for the leadership conference that Mr. Noli is that's heading up. Okay. No, I believe Mbe said he'll be leaving headed your way this weekend. He told me. So thank you so much for being here in this broadcast, Noli. Halima and Jocelyn, all three of y'all from the Philippines. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. Thank you for all the Bangladesh people too. Okay. All right. Let's read this part right here a minute. This is from Mbe there. It said, the 90-day retirement video is really the best approach to starting TBC right now. The beautiful thing that about it, it is that it is self-contained. The Bitcoin bounties add up quickly to create passive residual income, and the analysis is so simple. Take the highest pay a person have earned within a single month of their entire life and divide that amount by $11. The answer shows how many recruits a person needs to recruit in order to be able to retire on a on the on the just adjust the Bitcoin bounties. The admin fee will always be needed. An admin will keep adding value to what members get in return of paying that fee. So the Bitcoin bounties are forever. Y'all hear that? Hear that word? Bitcoin bounties are forever, and the perfect way to have a passive residual income that could even be passed on to the next generation. In some countries, you can retire in just 10 with, oh wow, you hear that? In some countries, you can retire in just 10 recruits. And members that use the 90-day retirement approach find it easy to recruit. They don't have to worry about the price of the TBC coin or have many merchants we have right now, or any of the common concerns that people bring up when they are looking at purchasing a cryptocurrency. The 90-day retirement approach puts all the emphasis on that fact that the Bitcoin bounties make retirement possible in 90 days or less. TBC coin becomes secondary to that fact. We are, and what I just tell you a few minutes ago, it says here, we are in a distribution phase of TBC and have a ways to go before we will have a full-blown TBC economy. Hold on, okay, let me plug my battery about to die in my thing. Let me plug it in real quick, folks. Okay. All right. Now, all right, it says, so the 90-day retirement plan puts the focus on what is easy delivered right now. Bitcoin bounties paid daily on a passive residual basis. Oh, gosh. Okay, folks. Now, those that attended the Sendbot meeting, you probably saw this. I was just going over just a few things in that particular article. Well, thank you, Mr. Haroon, for being here. These some nice things people saying about me. Thank you, Haroon. And to Merlene, thank you so much. Next one, congratulations, Mr. Noli. I want to tell you that right now, Noli, congratulations I sent you a message to congratulate you for reaching your 100th broadcast. And I watch your broadcast, and all your people there, your men and women there, are really giving you a lot of congratulations. Each one of them spoke about that. Thank you so much, folks, for all the people out there that he's a great man, a great friend. He's a great person, and I wish you all the success in TBC, as well as your leadership conference that you're having on the 24th and 25th of this month. Excellent, excellent, excellent. This here is my broadcast from yesterday. TBC is all about abundance. Exactly. Thank you so much, Adam, for putting my broadcast up. Okay, I'm sure this one will make it, folks, because admin knows about this thing called fear. Okay, I'm sure his training is going to be related to that. Okay. It says, do you know what the meaning of the fat blue line on the $100 bill means? Okay. All right. This is some admin put this here. This is a video that you may want to watch. And folks, if nobody don't know the difference here, and I know Mr. Abundance here, he knows the difference. What is the difference between BTC and TBC? BTC is Bitcoin, is abbreviation of Bitcoin if people don't know it. TBC, everyone should know what TBC stands for, the Billion Coin, right? If y'all don't know the difference between that here, if nobody don't know the difference between that, then I feel sorry for you. Okay? I feel sorry for you then. I told you the difference. I spelled it. I told you earlier if you were listening. Okay? I'm going to just tell you one big difference, what the main obvious reason is. BTC is a market-based coin that goes up and down in value. TBC is a abundance-based, is the only one that we know of, abundance-based cryptocurrency that only goes up in value because it's based upon what? It's not based upon the market. It's based upon the growth of our community, and it's measured by a grain of gold. Simply as that. Okay? You see how easy that is, folks? Okay. TBC is, make it easy, folks. Make it easy. Don't make it hard. It's about getting over those what? Those fears. When a leader gets support, everybody wins. There's another great broadcast. Broadcast meeting with Mbe. I don't know if that was the broadcast meeting today or not. It could have been. I'm not sure. Maybe that he did a broadcast meeting. I'm not sure what that one's. That's great, great, great. See all the support he has. Other Filipino people that's TBCians. He gets support from his people. Oh, this was my one from the day before. You know, when you become a broadcaster, if you got 25 broadcasts done that's already recorded in your KCBO, that you can now have a one-on-one training with TBC admin. Okay? Admin is starting with the broadcasters first, folks. Okay? And this is another TBC. Let me see. This is the one I already seen. Yeah, this I showed y'all this one yesterday with a merchant in the Philippines with Mbe and some of his people that's on his team. Okay, folks, I'm going to now come out of this screen share for a minute and just close by saying this, folks. We can actually achieve anything we can achieve in our life, but the decision has to be within yourself. It can't be somebody doing the decision for you. We are all adults here on this chat, as well as here being a part of the Billion Coin. That fear that you have within yourself to achieve the things you want to achieve or the things you're trying to accomplish, you have to face it right on if you want to break it. You want to break past that fear, go right at it. That's the best advice I can give you. Because if you treat it like you've always treated it, that fear that you have within yourself, if you treat it like you've always treated it, then it's going to still remain the same if you keep treating it that way. So it's now you have to try a different way. And the best way is that you just go right head on to it and deal with it. And I don't know what your fear is here, people in this chat. I don't know what your fear out there, the people that may be listening to me. I don't know what that is, but you know what it is. So I encourage you, work at confronting your fears. Because the fears within your mind, the fears within yourself affects your behavior here in our community in TBC. Okay? All right, folks. I'm done, folks. I didn't mean to be as long today, but I really wanted, this was heavy on my heart to talk about this because it's something that I had one point early in my life. I don't fear much of anything here on this earth now. You know, you have to fear something. You know, oh God, you don't want to be dangerous. You don't want to point a gun in your face. You got to fear that, yes. But I'm talking about everyday fear. Some things you've been holding on in your life that's affected you in some way, to the point where you can achieve the things you want to achieve, or say the things you want to say, or do the things you want to do. And what I'm telling you here now, those same things you have in yourself affect you, your performance in the billion coin. Okay? All right, folks. I hope that, like I said, I apologize for not putting my link in the chat area today, but I just wanted to get out the things I needed to say. I could talk on this subject more and more because I got more material, but I'm going to hold off for it right now. Okay? Thank you so much for everyone here. Sweetheart Merlene, thank you so much for always being there. I really need to talk to you when you get some time. Kayla and Caitlin, those two little ones may not know anything we're talking about, but they're always there watching me, supporting me. I love them so much. And the family that's there with them, I love them as well. Family, friends, y'all wonderful, wonderful people. Mr. Rohn, you're great. You're a great person. Great broadcaster. Yes, Membe did, right, you're right. Membe did do the broadcast meeting. I had asked him to do it for me because I just couldn't do it. See, it's gonna be some times I may reach out to him. Like, just like when about sometime last year at Randy, when Randy was doing the English, when it was only one 10-button meeting. Randy had asked me to do back-to-back 10-button meetings for him, and I did it. And I got a lot of congratulations on how well I did. Because I can do a 10-button meeting. I can. I know how. All right. But I want to thank everyone here. Musa, thank you so much, brother. You're an awesome, powerful broadcaster. He was right here, not far from me in Maryland. He's not originally from here. He's from a country in Africa, but he's been living in the United States for a while now, him and his wife. But well, I got quite a few broadcasters. One Mr. Willex, B Creativity from Nigeria. Thank you so much for being here today. I got quite a few people here today. Wow. I hadn't looked through the whole chat area. I'm going through it right now on his phone here. Wow. New person from Bangladesh. Thank you so much. Farhan, I see you there. Johnson, see you there. See everybody. Christine, I see everybody here. Thank you so much. Thank you all. I see you there too. Haroon. Oh gosh, I had a lot of people here today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all caught up. Guess what? Y'all caught up one of my favorite broadcasts, subject matter. Because this subject matter, guess what? Affects practically everybody in TBC. Because I'm going to ask y'all this question. Show me someone or tell me someone that you know, honestly now, that never in their life had a fear. And I tell you that you are lying. I'm going to tell you right now to your face, you're lying. I don't know anybody on earth that I've never met that never wasn't afraid of something when they're growing up, even from the birth on up to ever how long you've known them. I bet you can find somebody that fears something in their life. But it's all about how you attack it, how you're going to treat it, so you can move on and beyond. Because guess what? That door of success, folks, is right there waiting for you. See, people like Ace and, for an example, I'm just using this example. People like Ace and Mbe, and this week was Ann Cara, they saw some success. They said, I want to feel that success. I'm going to get over that fear. I want to feel that success. And that's exactly what happened while they got first, second, and third place. And all the people on that leaderboard saw some success. I don't care if you got one person. So I want to thank everybody in the Bitcoin contest for what you achieved this week. Okay? Thank you all for being here today. This really warms my heart to see so many people here in this chat area today. This is probably quite a few people came today. Thank you so much. Please support me. Join me anytime you can. I know you can't come every day like some of the people do here, but thank you so much. Okay. Nobody's been here watching me, supporting me much as my dear Merlene. She's always there, always there. Okay. And also our two little ones, Kayla and Caitlin, always watching. And our Bangladesh people, always supportive, always want to learn, even when they're coming at an early morning time for them. And the people in Philippines, even if it's at 3 o'clock, they're there. Okay? All right. All right, folks. Okay. So, folks, I'm done for today. I'll see you back tomorrow around the same time for another live broadcast. And thank you so much for always supporting me. So I want to say peace to everybody. Have a great day.